After being married to Kelly Ripa for nearly 30 years, Mark Consuelos has almost perfected what to say and what not to say when his wife is in a bad mood. During the Monday, August 18th episode of Live with Kelly and Mark, which was pre-recorded, the married co-hosts shared laughs while discussing a segment about things you should never say to someone going through a hard time. Even if you hear someone else saying it, never say these things, Ripa instructed the audience. While several phrases were mentioned, the one that clearly annoyed Ripa the most appeared to be, "calm down." Claiming Consuelos often uses that two-word response, the Riverdale actor quickly disagreed. "No, I learned the hard way. You never tell your wife to calm down. It has the opposite effect," he declared, earning laughs from the crowd. "When you tell me to calm down, what happens?" she asked, to which he admitted, "You amp up." Ripa detailed how she can sail into a rage that is nearly uncontrollable. "You won't put me into a rage. Tell me to calm down," she noted. Further teasing, Consuelos pointed out how Ripa also dislikes the phrase, "don't be hysterical." "You love that one," he joked. "You're being hysterical." I'm like, "Not yet. I'm not. But would you like to see hysterical? I can get there in 3 seconds," Ripa said sarcastically. While Consuelos has learned what to say most of the time, the dad of 3 admitted he's still figuring things out. The All My Children co-stars also touched on a phrase Ripa's dad uses frequently. "It is what it is." "This is my dad's personal favorite," the Hope and Faith actress confessed. "He says it so many times a day that Mark and I joke it's like a drinking game, except we'd be totally off our faces by 8 a.m. Other phrases Ripa advised fans never to say to someone going through a tough time included, "Money can't buy happiness," "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger," "God gives his toughest battles to the strongest soldiers," and "People have it worse than you," which, she said, we can all agree is unhelpful. Consuelos suggested the phrase, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger," could work, but only after someone has already endured and come through a difficult experience. But Ripa warned she never wants to hear that one. "This is the one you love, which I attest. It could be worse." I'm always like, how? How could it be worse? After nearly 3 decades as partners in life and on screen, Mark Consuelos has quietly become an expert in one of the trickiest domestic arts, what to say and what not to say when Kelly Ripa is having a bad day. The moment unfolded during their playful banter on a pre-recorded episode of Live with Kelly and Mark. The lighthearted segment, perfect for audience participation, focused on things you should never say to someone struggling emotionally. It was ideal territory for the couple's well-honed chemistry, part teasing, part tenderness, part real-life marital honesty. Kelly set the tone before reading the list. "Even if you hear someone else saying it, never say these things," she warned the audience with the no-nonsense authority she's cultivated on live TV. The crowd laughed, anticipating a catalog of well-meaning but misguided comfort lines that often do more harm than good.
Several classic phrases were highlighted. "Money can't buy happiness," "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger," and "God gives his toughest battles to the strongest soldiers." All landed with that familiar mix of awkwardness and recognition. Most of us have heard or even used these lines, usually because we didn't know what else to say. But the phrase that drew the sharpest reaction from Kelly and marked as the most infuriating was hardly a full sentence. 2 words, "calm down." Mark, whose career spans daytime drama, All My Children, to primetime roles, Riverdale, has apparently learned this lesson the hard way. "No, I learned the hard way. You never tell your wife to calm down," he said, earning laughter and applause from the audience. Kelly followed up with the obvious question. How does the "calm down" line land? "You amp up," Mark bluntly replied. That prompted Kelly to dramatize the effect. "I sail into a rage that is almost uncontrollable." The line landed as both confession and joke. She acknowledged the absurdity of describing herself mid-temper, and the audience laughed again, recognizing the truth. String two words together in the wrong tone, and you risk pushing someone past the point of no return. There's a kind of domestic comedy here. Mark teasingly accused Kelly of also having an aversion to another phrase, "Don't be hysterical." Kelly, never one to mince words, instantly riffed, "You're being hysterical." I'm like, "Not yet. I'm not. But would you like to see hysterical? I can get there in 3 seconds." Her delivery, equal parts warning and humor, turned what could have been a throwaway line into a small portrait of a couple who knows each other's triggers and turns them into jokes. Even after nearly 30 years of marriage, Mark admits he's still learning. Familiar shorthand doesn't cover every emotional minefield. Some lessons arrive slowly, through trial, error, and occasional overreactions. Mark's acknowledgement, "I learned the hard way," is both intimate and self-deprecating, a reminder of the humility required in long-term relationships. The couple also explored generational phrases and family quirks. Kelly revealed that her father frequently says, "It is what it is." They joke about it like a drinking game. Each utterance equals a sip, with the punchline, "We'd be totally off our faces by 8 a.m. It's a mix of affection and exasperation, showing how family shorthand can be both maddening and comforting. Back to forbidden phrases, Kelly listed ones viewers should avoid offering to those in distress. These included, "Money can't buy happiness," "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger," "God gives his toughest battles to the strongest soldiers," and "People have it worse than you." Comparisons, she said, rarely help. They can diminish rather than validate pain. Mark added nuance. "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger" may work, but only after someone has emerged from the challenge. Otherwise, it risks sounding dismissive. Kelly made her veto clear. She doesn't ever want to hear that phrase while the hurt is fresh. Their exchange isn't just about pet peeves, it's about timing. Some phrases work only in hindsight, not in the immediate moment of pain. Comfort depends on context, not just content. Ultimately, their broader list highlights a common human tendency, reducing another's suffering to tidy moral lessons. Phrases like "money can't buy happiness" or "it could be worse" aim to console but often miss the mark. Only careful timing and empathy can turn platitudes into genuine comfort.